Hey everybody out there, this is Dragnix here. A little bit of an update video for you guys. I admit my voice is just not feeling that great today. It's been sore all day. I don't know what it is, but it's really hard for me to just sit down and really focus on a video. I think I've come down with something. So a little bit of a lax video, I apologize, but I did want to actually update you guys. It's been about a month and a half since I've updated you guys on this stuff, so yeah, so I'm right now, the channel's at like around 409 subs with 50,000 plus views. I think it's 53,000 last time I checked. And so I've been growing, especially in the view counter, which is interesting. The views have been steadily going up with the newer videos, but then I'm also noticing the older videos, again, still work their way up there. So that's cool. I am still trying to get people to the giveaways. I'm trying to track people down. I know I haven't been on top of it as much as I've wanted to on that, mostly because I've been busy. I've been busy as hell. Between this and Tech Raptor and some other real-life stuff, it's just been chaotic, to say the least. Now, what's going to be interesting about the channel next week is that next week is the E3, and really when it comes to new releases, obviously this channel has been a lot about new releases on Steam and anything like that, but next week it's almost a barren wasteland because the Steam sales are going on, and not many people will really want to compete with the Steam sales. Of course they don't, because there's a lot of good games out there, and I'm going to try to highlight them as sales snipes as much as I can. The way those sales work, where they go 12, 24 hours, it's going to be interesting to try to keep up with that, but, you know, hey, it's what you do. Next week may be an interesting change-up in content. I may do some older games, I may look at some design portions, and I may just, you know, flip a little bit in terms of being a little bit more creative with stuff. I know I do want to do a video on the recently announced Sonic Boom, because I'm sitting here wondering what in the hell is going on over at Sega to consider that. So, now, other things that are going on. Another YouTuber reached out to me by the name of Skilled. He wanted to do a podcast with me. He had seen the work, and, you know, he liked what was going on there, and he released the first podcast on his channel today. I'll be doing that weekly with them. I may edit the content and put it on my channel at some point. Right now, with the chaos of my schedule, I really can't consider that at this point in terms of doing it on my channel. But, you know, we discuss like some of the newer stuff, some of the stuff that you probably haven't seen on my channel at this point, in terms of, I don't discuss a lot of new games, like the AAA games or, like, you know, rumored games. I talk about, you know, games that were just released, or, you know, maybe some of the mid-level titles. But, you know, I do play AAA titles. I mean, the footage you're seeing right now is Splatoon. I've really enjoyed that, actually. I've actually really want to do a design video on it when I get a chance. It is a good mix-up of the shooter genre. So I've been doing that. Tech Raptor, for those who don't know, I mean, I'm still doing some work for Tech Raptor. I'm doing videos for them. I did the huge hunt segment, which I'm actually disappointed with, that it's not getting as many views as it is. That one took a lot of work, and I admit I'm actually really disappointed in that it's not kicking off like I thought it would. Obviously, I didn't understand the audience at that point. That's on me. So I don't know what I'm going to do with that series over there. But technically, things over there have been interesting because I'm now a video editor there. And what I mean video editor, I mean I'm the lead YouTube person over there, which is interesting because, I mean, first of all, I was flattered. I don't have professional experience. This is all done on my own time. I know I have, you know, software background and stuff like that, but it was, you know, it was a cool thing. Now, that, for the time being, will not affect the channel. I have considered putting more content on their channel and maybe moving away from this, but not, when I keep on going back and forth on it, I really want to keep this channel, and I want to keep the content on this channel like it is. I do want to add more content over there too, so I've been working my butt off, as you guys have probably seen. And in more ways than one, too, because you probably have noticed that, you know, I've been working a little bit more on thumbnails. And even with older videos, I've been working on thumbnails, and more so with SEO, like the search stuff, and, you know, trying to get more of a description in there. I have been focusing on that kind of quality in terms of every video. And, I've been playing around with things. I've been a lot more confident lately, which has been interesting to say the least. I'm not exactly sure where that came from. But obviously, I think people have recognized some of the work I've done. I will say that it's been an interesting ride. That's for sure. And I still will keep on doing the ride, despite other people thinking that maybe this isn't the right path for me. I really don't care about that opinion at this point because I'm really enjoying myself. So there's that in mind. Now, I will say that it has been actually a struggle over the last week or two. I am still majorly struggling with one game in particular, Serpent and the Staglands, and I've mentioned it twice or three times in videos. That game has literally, brought me to a halt where I've really tried. And the thing is that I want to review the game. I think the game has a lot of good qualities about it. I think the problem is that in essence, usually on my side, like when a game has like a quality to it that I can see that can stop somebody in the tracks, whether it be I change my play style up, or, it's not the sort of stop me in my tracks kind of situation, I'm able to get through that. In this case, I have not been able to do that. I think part of it is the sort of old school CRPG that I apparently have lost my skills on it. But not only that, I think there are elements that within the game I'm having trouble with that are unconventional even for that genre. And I'm really trying to separate what is making the game a bad experience for me, yet I still think it's good. And I think that's where I'm really struggling with. So you haven't seen a video on that. I know I've mentioned it a couple of times. I don't want to give a video out there that that I don't feel confident in. Now, recently I've noticed that the Mystic Bell, I think, developer or someone related to him reached out to me and asked, can you take another look at Mystic Bell? I think I will do that. I've noted that one in particular got some interesting, not only dislikes but also likes. I think it was a polarizing detail in first impressions, but I want to make sure that I've heard enough of a consistent portion from people who have critiqued my review of that I do feel like I need to go take another look at that game, and so I do want to do that at this point. I have done that in the past. I don't necessarily publish it to you guys. For example, I noticed with Streets of Chaos, which, you can find on my channel, the developer reached out to everyone and said, hey, look, can you take another look at this? And because I really do think this is good and I've improved things on that. And I took another look at it, and the stuff that I had major problems with were not fixed. And so I was like, I can't help you there, man. So I do like looking back at games, especially with early access games that I've covered. I don't want to cover a lot of early access games, but they end up happening. There's a lot of them out there now. So I do want to take a look at that. I do want to change up a little bit of the content on the channel. Again, not a lot. When I say that I want to change it up a little bit, probably on my Friday and Saturday videos, where I'm either I don't have a new release to take a look at. In particular, next week is going to be interesting because I'll be doing stuff with Tech Raptor with E3. I will be covering that stuff, the Steam sales and everything like that. And there's not any new releases. I do want to cover some sales games that may be a possibility, but other than that, I'm sitting here going, well, I've always wanted to do some, not a Let's Play series, but I do want to sort of remix the Let's Play for the Sonic in terms of like a condensed Let's Play, like a highlights video. I think that's a better format than anything that else I could do. I don't like myself with the Let's Play format. I don't think it works towards me, but I do think there are moments that I have immediately said, yeah, this is a good moment that I really want to bring to the user. It's got to be games that are probably more AAA and more known at this point, mostly because, you lose the Let's Play in terms of okay, if it was a minor game, you'd lose maybe the story elements or, familiarity with it. So I do want to experiment with that. I do want to experiment with a couple different formats. Again, I've always said, one of the things I think is my strength is my ability to adapt and the ability to, work around a medium in terms of like trying something new and seeing if it works and being reasonably confident enough that I can try something. It doesn't always work. The hunt, for example, I would say, yeah, it didn't work, but that doesn't mean you don't give it a shot. And especially because, unfortunately in the YouTube space, what has been noticed is that it usually takes one out there video or one hit to sort of, skyrocket things, and I do still want to make a career of this, but to my own standards. So, yeah, I mean, there's that. And other than that, I do want to hear feedback from you guys. I really do. I've really considered maybe slowing down the content and more focusing on the first impressions more than anything else, the edited first impressions rather than the Let's Tries. I do think the Let's Tries have a really good element to them, but I've wondered if my first impression series is better for the product in question, for the viewer in question at times. Now, again, like I've said before, that is always going to depend on the medium in question, whether or not what kind of game I'm playing. Obviously, a game that with, like I've noticed, a roguelike that has a lot of complicated tactics, if I don't show a continuous segment of footage, it doesn't make a lot of sense. It just that the user doesn't necessarily understand what's going on. So, okay, that makes sense to me. But I do want to give more of impressions more than some of the other things I've been doing. I do like the edited content more. I feel like if I slow down a little bit and focus on quality more than anything else, that will help. It's just a matter of I need to be able to get myself out there and just find the time. You guys will be surprised that it does take a while. I know that I'm technically playing video games all day. Don't make that assumption. I mean, I do play a good amount of video games, don't get me wrong. I mean, my Steam account shows that. But a good amount of it is preparation. A good amount of it is editing. And, it does take a while at times to edit. And in particular, a number of takes maybe that I am comfortable enough with to give you guys at that point. Where I'm happy enough with the quality of the audio, the quality of what I'm talking about, and just giving it to you guys and say, okay, this is what I think of this. Some of them are rather easy. The Abomination video with the Alone in the Dark, yeah, that was easy because it was clear where my opinion was. I could easily articulate it, and I didn't really have any sort of stumbles there. When I went to sort of do something with Star Serpent in the Staglands, that's where I struggled. Okay, can't seem to get my thoughts together on this, mostly because my thoughts weren't together on it. So, yeah. And other than that, you guys should see, again, continued content like we've been showing before. I will be doing a giveaway at 500 subs. I always had planned 100, 200, 300, 500, 1,000, and then hadn't gotten that far yet. I have been trying to promote myself more. I have slowed down a little bit over the last couple days just because of the craziness that's been happening. So I probably need to focus on that a little bit more again. I mean, I am growing. That's for sure. And I'm definitely getting a lot more views than I previously have at this point, which is a good sign. And I mean, the fact of the matter is that, I've made a good amount of friends from this, and this is, this is fun. This is interesting, and hopefully I can, continue doing that and giving you guys content that you deserve. All right, this is Dragnix signing out. Thank you guys for listening, and, keep on gaming, and, protect your wallets. I am doing a set of articles on Tech Raptor regarding the Steam sales, summarizing those things every day. That's a good place to, reference, maybe what you want in terms of, some of the content that Steam is offering. But protect your wallets, because those sales can deal some nasty damage to you. Alright, see you later. Hey everybody, thanks for watching. If you like this content and want to see more of it, you may want to hit that subscribe button on the left-hand side. If you like this video and want to see more of this content, take a look at this video on the left-hand side as well. And if you missed my last video, take a look at the right-hand side. Once again, thanks for watching, and keep on gaming.